Hello and welcome to City Scene, a TV program about your city government. Today we're walking around in the university neighborhood. We're trash talking, right?
Absolutely.
We got Kevin Mulligan, our Public Works Director. How are you, sir?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Good,
Appreciate you
good.
coming on the show.
Absolutely.
Usually when we're trash talking, we got Delbert out here or something like that.
Right, right.
We're looking a little bigger picture
Yeah, sure.
than what we normally do with Delbert. So let's talk about the conversion. There's been a plan to convert trash collection and recycling collection in the city.
Right.
And it's what, a 5-year plan?
It is. It was documented as a 5-year plan starting in essentially 2013, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So in 17, we're supposed to be done with it. And we're about 2 years in, and it's going really well. We have
Good.
8 side loaders that are picking up, automated trucks that are picking up the garbage cans. Instead of the rear loaders where our guys, the refuse collectors used to do it, we now have 8 trucks that are out on all of the days, Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays through Fridays. And we're seeing some great progress, whereas our rear loader guys were probably picking up 500 houses a day. We're able to get 900 houses a day, and
Holy cow.
so many fewer injuries.
Well, you know, you talk about those guys. They're the guys that are always out there in any kind of weather. And I thought about them today as we came out to shoot this because I realized instantly I had the wrong choice of jackets. It is cold, and we're only going to be outside for about 15, 20 minutes.
That's right.
Those guys have been fighting the weather every single day that they're at work.
That's right.
So this has got to be better for them because you're cutting down on the crew number and what they do, right?
That's right. I mean, this gets them away from a lot of the moving parts. And on cold days, like today is particularly cold, and you think about last winter, we had a lot of ice days, a lot of snow days, and during the summer, we have 100-degree days, or even the rainy days. They're inside a controlled cab, and all they're doing is essentially moving a joystick and you know, looking out for cars and people, but essentially a joystick to lift a garbage pallet. Whereas before, a lot of walking, we had a lot of trips and falls, slips on ice, and injuries just from the repetitive picking up of about 6 tons a day.
I never really realized how dangerous a job it was. I never really thought that much about it, to tell you the truth, and I'm sure a lot of folks probably don't think that much about it.
Right.
So you got the guys that don't have to get out there and battle the elements as much anymore. There's still some of those guys out there, though, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. We still have about 6 rear loaders that are out there. So that's about 18 people, you know, 6 drivers and 12 refuse collectors, more or less. Some of them only have 1, some of them have 2.
Now, so those guys are still going to be jumping off the trucks, running up, grabbing the garbage cans, pulling them around to the back of the trucks, and then dumping them, bringing them back out.
That's right.
And that's being replaced by one guy inside a new truck, like you said, with the joystick, arm comes out.
That is right.
That's a pretty good summary, isn't it?
It is. It's excellent.
I think the other part of it, though, that people really don't see and haven't seen is there used to be massive areas of trash, especially, I hate to say it, you know, when end of semesters, when students would leave, but, you know, sometimes apartments or houses would just dump all of their trash out here, and those guys had a tough time picking that up.
They really did. And what we've done there, along with our move to automation, we are moving to the knuckle boom trucks away from the rear loaders. So the knuckle boom trucks are the big claw that comes out of the truck, and that will pick up the couches, the mattresses, the pieces of furniture.
Well, I know one of the big problems with that, though, is, you know, that you get the rain coming down, and sometimes those don't get picked up right away because, you know, it's not your responsibility to pick it up. So then when you do come out and haul it away just because it's an eyesore,
Right.
those things get even heavier.
Much heavier, and that's the great thing with these knuckle boom trucks. We're letting the truck do the work, so to speak, or letting the truck pick up the heavy stuff. We're operating the controls, so there's a technical aspect to it, but the truck is picking up the heavy stuff, and we're moving away from the injuries we've seen in the past. The other part of it is we're really working with code enforcement to enforce that. That's against the city ordinance to dump out your house onto the city street. We'll pick it up, but you're going to pay a hefty fine for it.
That's right. Okay, so the big thing is if you've got bulky items, though, that need to be picked up, they should call you ahead of time.
Call us. Yeah, so call us for the bulk pickup, and we'll come out there. As long as it's scheduled, there's no charge.
Now, but that's just when you're talking about like big things, refrigerators and couches, that's not construction materials, right?
Great point. So there's a list on our website of what is considered construction material. So if you're throwing out rugs, carpet, the padding for a carpet, you're throwing out 2x4s and stuff like that.
Drywall, things like that.
You're remodeling your house. That's construction material. We're not picking that up because The landfill doesn't let us throw it away.
So we've kind of drifted from the 5-year plan. I apologize for
No
that.
worries.
But I guess you guys have a lot of challenges as you do this. I mean, we were just walking up the sidewalk, and I'm thinking, where do places like this end up putting their trash cans? Because there's so many trees and so many driveways.
Sure. Well, that is a challenge. And if you look at this house, there's 4 garbage pails there. So because there's 3 or 4 tenants here, where are they going to put it?
There's room for like 2, but if you've got to put them 3 feet apart, there's really not room for any more than 2
And that's some of the challenges we need to work out. So you got a driveway and essentially a space between trees. So we're going to be challenged. And if you look at the other side of the street, there's nothing but cars.
Yeah.
So that is why we left the university area for the end. We wanted to get all the bugs out in the operations in some, I'll call them easier neighborhoods, because this will be a challenge. And we need to sort of finalize our plan on how to address the university neighborhood.
You've got some narrow streets here. That'll pose a problem for you as well. Now, I know you've been giving out the blue recycling carts, the Recycle in Good Company carts.
Sure.
And those are going to go across the city, right?
That's right, and we're seeing great success with them so far. I mean, we're picking up probably about 60% of the city via automated collection. About 75% of the city has these blue carts. Some of them are being picked up with the rear loaders, but our recycling numbers, we're seeing 10-15% increase in our recycling numbers.
10 to 15% is amazing, because if I remember correctly, the city council goal was to try and increase it to like 2 to 5% or something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, and their goal was, get it from 13% of all waste thrown away to maybe 14-15%. But we're seeing, 13% add 10-15% on top of that. We're still a little ways to go on their overall goal, but we're seeing a significant uptick in our recycling.
That's tremendous.
Yeah, we're very happy about that, and we knew from other cities that have done this that you hand out these recycling carts, you're going to see an uptick in your recycling amount.
Now, we've talked about the recycling and how things are going with that. You talked about the crews and the new trucks. I forgot to ask you, we talked about injuries. It's better for the drivers and such. That's what I would imagine. What's the feedback you've been getting from folks?
Pretty positive feedback. I mean, we had a comment the other day from one of our guys that he's not sitting on the back, he's now driving a truck, so he's moved to the front of the truck.
That's a promotion.
That's a promotion. He's not, and it is promotion. And he's not breathing diesel dust all day, exhaust all day. So health concern, fewer injuries, away from the moving parts. It's just it's a really hard day to pick up 6 tons of garbage a day.
That's amazing. In fact, we got an interview with one of the truck drivers just a few days ago. So let's go ahead and we'll play it right here.
Since the full automatic came, I mean, rarely the driver had to get out. You got air conditioning, you got the heat, and basically the truck do all the work. You don't have to walk as much. Well, you don't have to walk at all because you're basically sitting behind the steering wheel all day. So I mean, it's a big difference. It's like almost like night and day. I love it. I mean, it's definitely safe. I mean, because if the customer is in compliance, then we can just come right along. Don't even take a quick second. The productivity has increased, I would say 100%. So it's a win-win situation. Overall, I think it's pretty much safe. I know it cut down on the injuries, and being safe is the most important thing to me, I think, anyway, because I want to go home as I came, and that safety is the most key to me.
So it sounds like the guys really do like the changes that have come in. And I guess if we have to, let's get to the bottom line now. I know that sanitation collection, it was a losing proposition. It was becoming more and more expensive to do the way that we were doing it.
We were, and it was. We were looking at a deficit, a cumulative deficit, losing money each year, a cumulative deficit by the year 2020 of about $18 million. Significant money, significant problems. So this has greatly changed. We still need to raise our rates and get in comparison with some of the other cities, but what we're able to do with this automation is control how much we're raising the rates. And I think that's a great thing. We've lost money probably the first quarter of the last 6 years. We finally didn't lose money. We're about zeroed out. We still have a long way to go. We've lost a lot of money. We're several $1 million in deficit mode. So Our deficit right now is about $1.5 million to the general fund, and we plan, as an enterprise fund, the sanitation, getting into sort of the nitty-gritty inside baseball, we plan to pay that money back to the general fund.
So really, the enterprise fund is supposed to break even
Absolutely.
at the end of the day, but you're still trying to pay off that debt. So you're going to have to make a little extra to pay off the debt, and then we'll be good to
That's
go.
right. I mean, there's some long-term things going on. We had a retirement incentive. We bought these blue 95-gallon recycling containers. That was several $100,000. Each truck is about $250,000. The knuckle boom trucks, we're expanding our fleet numbers as we're reducing the rear loader, and they're $180,000. So we're buying these as we're phasing out the rear loaders. And all of that comes at a price. Ultimately, it's going to be more efficient and save us money.
So long term, we're going to save big dollars.
That's right.
Our crews are going to be healthier, safer, and happier.
That's right.
We're going to be more efficient in how we go about conducting our business.
That's
then.
right. Our workman's comp claims, which relates directly to injuries, will go down.
It sounds like I hate to say win-win-win, but that's really what it is then.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We're happy with the plan, the way it's rolled out so far, and any sort of problems or hiccups we've seen, we've been able to adjust them pretty quickly, and it's flowing pretty smoothly.
All right. So if people have any questions about the service, delivery of service, anything like that, what phone number can they call?
Two things. They can call us at 329-4522. That's the Public Works direct number, or they can reach us on public stuff if for some reason they feel that there's a missed service that day.
The City Compass?
It's City Compass.
City Compass, that's right.
Absolutely.
Got that on the iPhone and the Android, and I got it stuck in my sweater here. But they can just report it. It's got GPS location, so they know you guys know exactly where the misses are.
Absolutely. So City Compass is the way to go, but or you can give us a call, 329-4522 or City Compass.
And also on the website, if you want to know what day your pickup is, or if you want to know about the sanitation schedule for the holidays, because we've got Thanksgiving and Christmas
Absolutely.
coming up, you can find out what's going on with collection online at greenvillenc.gov. Kevin, thank you very much.
Great to talk to you again.
Great talking to you too. Let's go get coats and some gloves.